Hey, what's up everyone? This is Roludo back with another 1 credit clear or 1 CC guide, this time for Contra 3. As usual, you can just skip through the timeline below to the fun part. So, Contra 3 is a game I've thought about beating for maybe 20 or more years. I grew up playing the first one on the NES, but when I finally tried 3 on emulators, I found out my skills didn't matter much. I could barely beat the first boss, and that second level with the change of view was a horror for me, even in the late 90s. So I just filed it away in my "this game sucks" headcanon. But over the years I went back to it because, yeah, that first stage music just beautiful, man. The crisp and slick sprites, mwah, chef's kiss, and that's coming from an actual chef. And admittedly, I got the same results as a kid. But I finally sat down this year to not only beat it, but actually finish it without using continues, aka 1 credit clear. Alright, so everyone knows it bears its aliens influences on its sleeve proudly. I even think Contra 3 is the closest we've actually ever gotten to the vibes and feels of Aliens. That's the second Alien movie, by the way. If you haven't watched it, man, you owe yourself a favor. Stop watching this goofy ass fucking Mexican and just go ahead and watch Aliens 3. It's just gonna make your life so much better. Did I say Contra 3? Aliens 3? Man, yeah. Huh. I meant Aliens. That's the second movie. It's kind of confusing because the first one is Alien, not Alien 1, and then it's just Aliens with an S. Alright, so what about the game? I'm sorry to say this, but the over-the-top view levels actually bring this game down a ton for me. They don't add anything to the gameplay. Super C on the NES did it much better with its static camera and 360-degree shooting, and one of these levels even incorporates a shit ton of disorientating moving scenes that it's just so annoying, man. Even as I mastered these 2 levels, every time I got to them, I just felt a wave of disappointment going through them. But with that out of the way, I actually think the run and gun sections might be the best Contra ever got until M2's resurrection with Contra Rebirth on the Wii. Here you got access to 2 weapons at all times, a dedicated bomb button, another to lock into position and fire all around, or you can press both the lock and switch weapon buttons to do a badass 360-degree jump and shoot move, which I actually never found any use for outside of a very brief section on the final boss. The most important mechanic, in my opinion, is combining auto-fire while alternating weapons. It speeds up your fire rate, I think almost by double. So some weapon combinations like rocket with rocket or laser with laser or laser and rocket can melt down boss health bars like cheese. I'm struggling to find examples, man. 10 years in the kitchen and I can't think of a better example. Like chocolate, like marshmallows. You know the deal. Alright, so with that out of the way, I truly think Contra 3 is a flawless game 70% of the time. It sadly fell victim to the at the time rebirth SNES capability to simulate the 3D rendering used in a ton of games. It's exactly like being forced to eat from the salad bar at a Brazilian steak buffet. Get that shit out of my face, bro. I just want to get back to what I came here for. Overcompensating hyper-masculinity, sort of legally distinct aliens and facehuggers, and lots of. Alright, so Contra 3. Let's get it started. Man, listen to that intro, it's so badass. I just love this song. Alright, so this section is actually, I've heard it has a lot of RNG. I guess I haven't gotten to like a skill level where I can notice so much of that stuff. I have noticed though that most of my runs either end on this part because I had to restart from losing lives very dumbly, or on the last level. So yeah, I guess that's where the RNG comes from. There's nothing too difficult, to be honest. The thing is that these little pink guys, they can just shoot bullets like 1 centimeter away from you. So as soon as you see one, just be prepared to jump at a moment's notice. You can actually carry that tank, or excuse me, drive it all the way to the first mini boss of this game, but I like to leave it behind so I can grab those bombs. That, by the way, was the invincibility shield. I don't like to rely on it too much because as soon as you see it start like pulsating red, it's very easy to get cocky and get killed when it stops functioning. That mini boss, by the way, it took me like the longest time to realize you can just walk all the way to the back and shoot it from behind. I always try to fight it from the front, but yeah, you can just go to the back and you're invincible as long as you can basically get rid of him fast enough. Now this section doesn't have much besides some platforming, but I think it sets up the tone really well. Like you can see the destroyed city in the background, everything is in flames. Like, I don't know, it sets the tone pretty well of a hopeless battle against the odds. Oh, almost missed those bombs. Now, this first boss is the one that I mentioned earlier in the review. I could barely get past it as a kid and even as an adult for the longest time. You can actually shoot the, like, those mosquitoes spawn, where those mosquitoes spawn from on the back. I'm not exactly sure. Oh my god, it took like the dumbest death there. I'm not entirely sure if it gives you any extra points because you don't see your score until the end of a level. But since it doesn't take much to do it, I always like to destroy it. Also, those little like larvas and the mosquitoes, they actually give you a bunch of free points. You can actually just loop that boss and get a ton of lives if you're patient, but I don't know, that's too boring. Alright, so this section, this is where my problems lie with this game. This is not too bad. The next level, like from this perspective, is much worse. And maybe if you're not playing, it doesn't look that bad, but it's just, it doesn't add anything. You like move, I don't know how to say it, strafe left or right with the left and right buttons, but I don't know, even now that I've done it like at least 100 times, I always find this super disorientating. Now, these bosses are actually kind of cool. Like, I like them. If it was just a couple mini bosses, I would forgive these sections, because it's actually kind of cool. You just have to shoot the like its eye, like it's Resident Evil, but it's easier if you destroy like those sides and the turret on the back. There's a strategy when it's first before the boss shows up. You can actually just move forward and it's gonna be directly behind you, and if you weapon switch, with rocket and a laser or rocket and rocket, you can just melt it down and skip the entire boss fight. I never practiced it too much, so yeah, I never tried to do it, but I saw it in a bunch of speedruns. This section is kind of boring to look at visually, but like color-wise, it's just a bunch of brown, I guess. But I still like the super industrial setting on the background. Like, I don't know, I guess you're attacking the main factory, doing a lot of the robots used for this, or the weapons used, I guess, for the aliens. But like mechanics wise, this is a pretty fun level. Like this little mini boss, you can actually only hurt it from below. If you got the missile like myself here, you can shoot it like diagonally and damage it. You can also use the flamethrower they give you at the start of the level, or you can just jump down to those little like spinning things and shoot it from below. You gotta be super careful. As soon as it starts exploding, it starts like switching around. I'm sorry, it's spiraling around, and it's very easy to get grabbed. And as you touch like the bottom, that's a death, man. And it happened to me countless times, to be honest. Now, this one is invulnerable all the way until the next area, so you just gotta be dodging or firing down those missiles. If you got a flamethrower, they actually give you a bunch of points, so it's a good time, again, if you have the flamethrower to farm a life. But honestly, at least in normal, I want to try hard mode someday. At least in normal, the game does give you a bunch of lives. Like, I would say maybe around 2 per level. So as long as you don't die more than once or twice per level, you should be good for the run. Now, I forgot to mention, but that boss does something that's gonna be very important down the line in the last level, which is like dodging, moving up and down to dodge its attacks. And as soon as you move, you have to shoot at it, preferably with a missile. And again, I'll bring it up when we get to that part. But it's kind of cool that the boss, I'm sorry, the game uses a lot of mechanics that it revisits as it moves on, but it doesn't like just recycle the bosses, it just escalates them, like the mechanics you have to use to beat them, which I think is pretty good game design. Now this section isn't too hard, it kind of reminds me of, I think it's stage 3 in Super C, moving through a factory with bubbles coming down at you. Nothing too crazy. Just gotta be mindful of those little turrets spawning. Some platforming. Now this part, it starts with a couple mini bosses and then the final boss of the level. This has got a lot of RNG. If the pink guy moves to the right, you're good to go, you're Gucci. You just gotta be like there, it follows you. If you check that, if you're directly above the pink guy, it's gonna jump up. And the thing when he jumps up is that, yeah, you don't see it here, but when he jumps up, of course he can kill you if he touches you, but he also fires 3 bullets in like diagonal and front. So it's much better if it doesn't jump to the ceiling. And that's where the RNG part comes. Now, this boss isn't too crazy. To be honest, the mini-boss is much harder. You just have to dodge those little lasers and they despawn after a while. And you just gotta go in a 360-degree motion all around the boss, nothing too crazy. Now this part can get you if you're not used to it. Those little mines spawn exactly where you're at, so you gotta go to the opposite side of the screen to dodge the explosions. But yeah, I think it's definitely the most iconic boss fight in this game and one of the most iconic in the whole franchise. But it's kind of funny that the hardest section is actually the mini boss before it. Now this part, pay attention. Those motorcycle guys, those hero guys, they can give you as many as 3 lives if you destroy all of them. Like, that's a shit ton of lives, man. You can come back from a run and still mess up a lot if you destroy all of them. But you've got to use at least a laser and a missile while switching weapons, so you gotta go pretty fast. Like there, I think I only took down like half of them, and I instantly got 2 lives, like in less than 5 or 10 seconds. Now this part, that was pretty easy, you just gotta shoot forward. This part though, if you don't have either a laser or a missile to take down those turrets while switching weapons, just dodge, just get in the middle of them and don't mind them. Now this part, very important, just stay on the far right edge of the screen. Just stay there all the way until it disappears. Took me the longest time. Actually I had to see a couple, well, just a speed run to know you actually just have to wait it out. Now another section with lasers. Again, if you don't have the firepower to take them down, just dodge them. Now over here there's a laser section coming. This one only fires 1 laser, excuse me, that like fireball on normal, but 2 on hard. It's optional if you want to take it down, but it shoots pretty fast, so you either gotta destroy it super fast or be quick when jumping to get away from the fireball. Now, this mini-boss isn't too hard. I would say the hardest thing is just being mindful that it randomly shoots blue bullets at you, and they can be pretty hard to see sometimes. Now, this section is exactly like one in Hard Corps for the Genesis. I think it's better done on the Genesis, but it's still kind of fun. Pretty easy, you just gotta shoot diagonally at it. Over there I think I stopped. But yeah, I'm just gonna quickly tell you the strategy for this. Over here on this boss fight, you gotta take down the turrets on the top down edge of the screen and the bottom and the top. Like those, you see where it's shooting from. It's much easier if you got the basic weapon, the machine gun, because it reaches the farthest. I would say the easy strategy is just focus from the start on the one on the bottom, and then when it's down, just go for the top. Now this part, this is actually, I don't want to say it's RNG, but if you have less than 2 missiles to hang on to below you, you're gonna die, man. So you gotta be mindful to, if you again don't have 2 missiles below you, just jump, just wait for your opportunity, because the boss destroys them pretty fast. So if you fall to the bottom, of course you're gonna die. But yeah, that section, I would say it's the one that took me the most time to master outside of the final boss. So yeah, don't be afraid to farm it with some save states. Now we're moving on to the worst level in the whole game, and I will not hear otherwise. It's crazy that they designed this. I don't know how they thought it would be fun. You're gonna see in a minute. Like those little spirals, they're gonna make you spin around. There's a ton of, how do you say it, like pits in this section. So you can easily, like there I just lost 2 lives. The song is kind of cool though. It's also my least favorite in the game. Oh, you can, by the way, use a minimap with the select button to like orientate yourself. Also, the laser is the best weapon in this section, like both for this part and the boss at the end. You're gonna see why in a minute. Alright, so for this boss, I would recommend having... Oh my god, I took the dumbest there. That's crazy. I would recommend having the laser here. It even gives you that to start. Like, you have to damage the eye, only the eye. And this game is... Is Contra 3 the precursor to Resident Evil? It's kind of funny. But anyway, it's gonna make you spiral out of control, so you gotta, like... how should I say this? Push the button that moves you on the opposite way, so you can just stay focused on one direction, and you have to do that very precisely, so you're focused on the eye. If you hit it right, it goes down pretty quick, but if you get disorientated, yeah, it's gonna take a bunch of lives out of you. Alright, so the final level. This is so much fun, man. Like, look at those H.R. Geiger fucking monsters on the background. Like, they're watching you, but they don't care you're there. I don't know, it's crazy. And it's kind of cool because it's also like a gallery of all the past final bosses you've had in the franchise. Like, that's the mini boss before the final fight in Contra 1. There's those guys that spit monsters at you from Contra 1 and 2. Also, those guys that spawn from all sides, they come pretty fast and they're RNG heavy. Alright, so this is like the final boss of Contra 1. It even gives you the spread gun, so it's not too hard. You just gotta be shooting down and then jumping, so you can get all of them. You can also lock into position and fire diagonally, but I find it easier to jump up and down. Alright, so this next one, it even gives you the laser, which is the one that makes it easier to beat it. It comes from the ground, it jumps and then it rushes at you. You just gotta jump it. And then move as close as you can, use the switch weapon mechanic. And you just gotta be mindful to jump, to dodge those bubbles that come from above. If you're not fast enough to defeat it, it's gonna shoot like a laser at you, and you gotta direct it by jumping. Again, I skipped it because I killed it too fast, but yeah, it's kinda hard if you don't practice it a lot. Now this is like the mini-boss in stage 3 that I mentioned. You gotta practice going up and down and shooting diagonally. It's not too bad if you have a laser and a missile, but if you just got the regular machine gun, it's kind of tough. Even after practicing it for a while, I often get killed. Like this, I think this boss ended more runs than me than the following 2. Now this part, I think is my favorite section in any Contra game. It's so fucking metal, man. If you're fast enough, you can actually skip one of like heads on the sides coming at you. But if you're not, then you're gonna have to, like, you're gonna see it's gonna come out at you. Sometimes it actually goes all the way towards you, and you gotta redirect it to with a jump. It's kind of hard without practicing it. Kind of cool that you have to take down the eyes before you get to the brain. Like, see, I didn't jump in time to direct it upwards, so it went towards me. Okay, it's coming. Oh, that again. There we go. Extra life. Race to the finish. Like, this section is just metal, man. It's so simple. You lock down and try to destroy the brain before those spawning little guys get you. It's so much fun. Alright, so I don't know why I stopped here, but we're going into the final boss here. Now, this one is another I strongly recommend practicing with save states. It's RNG, well, sort of. Depending on where you shoot at the boss, it's gonna give you one of, I think it's like, I don't know, 8 or 10 options, and each of them has different bullshit that it throws at you. Like, for instance, these eyeballs, if you destroy all of them in this section, it gives you an extra life. Like, it gives you a bunch of points. But if you don't have any bombs or anything, it's gonna be kind of hard. Now, this one, my strategy is just, you can actually pause it and see the, like, what I do. I just stay on the ride. There's several paths. I would say at least 3, at least 2, maybe even 3. But you gotta practice it a lot and know it by memory. They're extra life. But again, it's kind of RNG unless you're really good at, like, shooting exactly where you want to, because it goes by super fast. This one is the easiest, unless you're me, because sometimes I get too close and get squished by it. Alright, there's that section again. Pretty easy if you know exactly what to do. Like, it always follows the same path. It doesn't change at all. As long as you remember where to go, you're Gucci. I think I'm gonna die here. And yes. Like, what you're trying to do in this section is attack as much as possible while launching its attacks at the same time. Like, if you go super fast and you use a missile with a missile, you can take it down in like 2 phases, I think. But I've never done that that fast. Alright, so that's Contra 3, man. Yeah, I was super stoked when I did it. I think this was actually my first 1cc. I know I had practiced it a ton, but I think it was my first one. I've since cleared it a couple more times, and I plan on clearing it on hard mode sometime, because as you're gonna see, it has that same bullshit from the SNES that you go through all the trouble of beating the game, and then it tells you, oh, well done, brother, but why not try the mode that is not for dumbasses? Try hard mode, see you later. Like, it mocks you, man. I don't know what they were thinking. You're getting better. Like, all of that just for you to tell me I got better? Come on, man. It practically insults your lineage and your bloodline. Yeah, I'm not sure that I'm gonna 1cc hard mode. I've tried it a few times already. I don't think it's particularly well balanced, but it is fun. I do want to finish it sometime with continuous, and maybe after that try a 1cc, but I'm not too sure about it. I had a ton of fun clearing normal, and I think that's where I'm gonna leave it. So yeah, I hope you have fun with this 1cc guide. Uh, Thank you for watching. As usual, definitely go out and play some retro games. And yeah, again, thanks for watching. Have a good day now. Man, that's a great fucking song.